Everything at your end.
No problem. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. I want to say thank you to all of you for joining SKTV this morning, this afternoon. This evening, we want to encourage you to go ahead and share the show as we get connected with all of our colleagues in Liberia. We're already on Troop FM. We are getting connected to Top FM in Granji there, Dredu City to be specific. We are also trying to get connected with our colleagues in Beaumont. That's Lower Bon County. I want to encourage all of you to go ahead and share the show as we get into this electoral process again. It is very, very good to be back here after we have been following the whole process. We were on early this morning, Melbourne. I think you saw that. We have some updates. Yeah, so we received a lot of updates from our colleagues in both Granji there as well as in hold on 1 second. Okay, yeah. So it looks like some of our reporters are, on the standby, ready to update us. So we will begin with greeting to our people and saying hello to everybody and asking you to share the show. My people, you share the show. It's very, very important. In as much as we want to rush into getting all of the information, we would like to take a minute or two to share the show. So we are encouraging everyone to share the show. If you haven't done so, if you have, I want to say thank you. So we just take 1 or 2 minutes to play SKTV song while we do that real quick. So let's do that, Mabel.
Yes. There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We judge it for podcast and connecting people and culture from here and up out of the globe. Monitor people who willing to serve. The blessing that time and the efforts are rest. The brothers giving us the end, the promise from them. The welcome and life without the end.
I lyrical health.
Master.
Play body so make you I can't ask you TV benyo. Say my journey, tina get I say my jamo. And yes I know money, emu aye yo. And you love emu aye yo.
SKTV the best in Liberia. SKTV the best in Africa. SKTV the best in Mama Liberia. Must hold by the lofa and grandfather.
And I didn't ya to money, and I said ya to money, and I couldn't play ya to money, and I could do ya to money, and I didn't ya to money. And I said ya to money, and I couldn't play ya to money, and I could do ya to money. And I forget it now ya to money. That's the baby. And I don't forget it now. Toss you work on my ya to money. Yeah. Oh.
SKTV the best in Liberia. SKTV the best in Africa. SKTV the best in Mama Liberia. Must hold by the lofa and grandfather.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We touch it for podcast and connecting people and culture from here and up out of the globe. Monitor people who willing to serve. The flesh, the time and the efforts are rest. The broadcast we giving a real and the promise from best. The world with my life without fear. From Grandfather, Nima to Lufa. From Riverside, River G to Chile. From Grand Crew, Bombing, Kidman, Monster Rider, San to Backwalu. From Maryland, Bon County to Mikey B. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB.
SKTV the best in Liberia. SKTV the best in Africa.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We talk about podcast and connecting people and culture from here and up out of the globe. Qualified people who waiting to serve. The blessing that time and the effort are rest. The brothers giving us the end, the promise from them. The welcome and life without fear.
A lyrical health.
Master.
Le pari su me kanyo ake SKTV benyo. Se macheni tina ke ase manjamu. Enji sano muni emu aye yo. Enyi lofa mori emu aye yo.
SKTV, the best in Liberia. SKTV, the best in Africa. SKTV, the best in Mama Liberia. Must hold by the lofa and grandbaza.
Ena dine ya tumale, ena salia ya tumale, ena kwanagli ya tumale, ena kodubwa ya tumale, ena dine ya tumale, ena salia ya tumale, ena kwanagli ya tumale, ena kodubwa ya tumale, ena napagiyari na ya tumale, esta tiki, ena napagiyari na, tosi wako ma ya tumale.
SKTV, the best in Liberia. SKTV, the best in Africa. SKTV, the best in Mama Liberia. Must hold by the lofa and grandbaza.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We talk about podcast and connecting people and culture from here and up out of the globe. Qualified people who waiting to serve. The blessing that time and the efforts are rest. The broadcast we giving a real and the promise my best. To work with my life without fear. From Grandfather Nima to Lufa, from River Sass, River G to Chile, from Grand Crew, Bombing, Kidman, Montserrat, San to Backbolu, from Maryland, Bonk to the Mikey B. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB.
SKTV, the best in Liberia. SKTV, the best in Africa.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We talk about podcast and connecting people and culture from here and up out of the globe. Qualified people who waiting to serve. The blessing that time and the effort are rest. The brothers giving us the end, the promise from them. The welcome and life without fear.
A lyrical health.
Master.
Le pari su me kanyo ake SKTV benyo. Se macheni tina ke ase manjamu. Enji sano muni emu aye yo. Enyi lofa mori emu aye yo.
SKTV, the best in Liberia.
Well, SKTV, the best in Liberia, SKTV, the best in Africa, and SKTV, the best in the whole wide world. Mr. Johnson Mebonkola, how are you doing and what's going on in Liberia?
Thank you, Sekou, and let me say thanks to all of our followers and our viewers. Don't forget that while you're also following us, we want you to also share and like. Please, that's the only way that other people will also follow the broadcast. So yes, indeed, today is the 24th of April, and been a little bit change, especially when it comes to the weather. The rain started to fall gradually, and last night the rain fell. But before that, let's move straight to what was happening in Liberia, beginning with the elections. The elections in Nimba County and that of Grangere County. That was been the time, and Liberians people are still waiting for the final results, even though there are some provisional results that are coming up from National Election Commission that already put in some candidate or some contestants ahead. So yes, indeed, these are some of the happening in Liberia, and with the latest one also coming from the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court and revoked the nomination of of the president nominees, those people that were nominated, that in fact that they should go through the tenure positions, and they went through the case, and they those who are serving in those tenure positions, they take their case to court, and finally the case finally come to an end. The Supreme Court said the government was in error, especially procedure error. So those people who are serving their tenure position, they should serve, with the exception of Winston Tappe, who was there on an interim basis, according to the information that we gathered, that indeed he was not there properly by the board, but he was there on the interim basis. So apart from that, Sekou, these are some of the major news that's what is happening, and the people are giving their own views on what's going on with the elections in Nimba and that of Granjire, and the Supreme Court ruling on today. So everywhere you go, everywhere you pass, every corner, every attire centers, these are things that Liberians are discussing. So far, so good. These are major news back home.
Thank you so much, Mabon, and thank you everybody for being with us here this morning. Let me take this time to recognize a few of you here. I wanted to start from the bottom up, but that would be difficult for me. Let me just start from a little way up and go down. Yeah, so we have George Young. Welcome to SKTV. Fred Nyapa. Welcome to SKTV. Berto Stewart. Welcome to SKTV. Asata Dosen. Welcome. Rita Zina. Welcome. Henry Arthur Carter. Welcome to SKTV. Yasa Koba Washington. Yasa. Welcome to SKTV. Crusoe Gombe, welcome to SKTV. Asata Roy, welcome to SK. Isaac Roy, welcome to SKTV. Annabelle Carter, welcome to SKTV. Travis Bashu, welcome to SKTV. God Favor Night, welcome to SKTV. Christian Gibson, welcome to SKTV. And John Eddy, welcome to SKTV. Ma Fikbet Flomo, welcome to SKTV. Lucia Dusain, welcome to SKTV. Golden Heart, my picking, welcome to SKTV. Roger Gibson, welcome to SKTV. Rose Russell, welcome to SKTV. Elizabeth Bowen, Eleanor Davis, a lot of people joining us in the last few minutes. Joseph Greatness Hoffman, welcome to SKTV. Pangai Kamara, welcome to SKTV. Musa Jabate, all the way from Germany, welcome to SKTV. Rudolph Perry. Yata Burnett and Emmanuel Bro, welcome to SKTV. Cynthia Kamara, welcome to SKTV. Emmeline Gondwan, welcome to SKTV. And Razor Sawyer, welcome to SKTV. And one of the troublemaker, Prince Masakwe, welcome to SKTV. Tony Johnson, Emmanuel Riche, welcome to SKTV. Jean Colley Boy, welcome to SKTV. Yvonne Eo, welcome to SKTV. Natu Brent. Ricky Dolo, welcome to SKTV. Emon Wilson Sr., welcome to SKTV. We want to say thank you to all of you for following SKTV here in our brother. And one of the bring behind SKTV, Mr. Melvin Desil from all the way Belgium is also here. Welcome, Rebecca Gosty. Welcome to SKTV. We love all of you guys to the moon. And Steve said when we go to the moon, we're not going to come back. We say we love you to get back.
We're just running straight.
SKTV. Just a brief update. We were on this morning, and we will be coming on every now and then early morning to give some update on Liberia. So today we were able to just get a lot of updates from Nima County, even way more than what was reported today by the National Elections Commission. I want to encourage all of you to share the show. If you're not sharing the show, that's not good. We don't like that. We love you to share the show. And we promise you to bring you all the information we can get from the ground, not just what we're going to be hearing on neck, but from what is going on right in the area where people are voting. So we want to say thank you to all of you. I think our colleagues, one of the colleagues just joined us. That's Lawrence Maxwell Mo. Lawrence, welcome. How are you, sir?
I'm okay. This is Mr. Cannon. I'm okay. How are you too? Melbourne, good evening, Chief.
My man, we're doing great. You tell us what's going on in one county, Boma is to be specific.
Well, the county is okay. The lower end is okay. We're moving on with our normal activity. Just that this morning, some of our brothers Liberians were like, hey, cheering in small. Some of them who are supporting Yatwe. We saw them like, my man, they think for already. So I want to leave it. Say no, we got to wait for next to get the final result before anybody can get here to celebrate, because the results are coming up. It's just around the Ganta area. So we have to wait and see what will happen from the upper end of Nimba County.
Okay, so yeah, we heard that. So what happened this morning? The Nyatwanye campaign, they released some information stating that based on what they have, out of 736 polling places, they kind of reported about 351, which in their own report constituted about 48% of the total vote. And out of that, they said they have received about 39,216 vote, like 39,216 vote, while Samuel Koga had received in their own reporting, in Nyatwanya campaign reporting, they were saying Samuel Koga received 22,260. So that was exactly, that put them around anywhere between 16 to 17,000 advantage, 17,000 vote advantage. So if you look at the report from the NEC, it shows similar number, not the larger, but percentage-wise. The difference, if you look at it, 3,000 and 19,000, so it'll be around the same 16,000 margin. But it was also clear to us that the numbers that were read to us, those were numbers from Kanta and the Mano concentrated area, which termed to be in advantage, to give advantage to Nyatwanye. And also this morning, we were also opportune to speak with one of the contestants, now the leading contestant in Grand Jida County, District Number 1. That is Honorable Jeremiah Soka. Jeremiah Soka was actually gracious enough. He was very much, open-minded. He actually acknowledged what we have been doing as SKTV, how long he's been following us, and also promised to work with us as in all other media platforms to make sure that he talked to us and give us information about what's going on. And we also asked him that after the election and when everything becomes official, so he should be able to come to SKTV to have a conversation where we can talk about the history of him, of his political journey, and also his plan for that district number 1, the Chen district in Shredu out in Grangie there, if you will. So we have a whole lot to uncover today. Trust me, we have our reporters standing by around the counties, talking about Nimba County. They're going to be updating us. And beyond that, we are still encouraging our people. This is it's costly. It's not just easy. Data is expensive, especially those guys traveling around, moving around from one place to another. They are actually doing their best to make sure that we have the right information unfiltered, right information undiluted, so that you can get it fresh from SKTV. So Melbourne and Lawrence, that is exactly what we did this morning. But what we are doing today, okay, I think we are already having calls here from our one of the major reporter for SKTV. Daniel, are you there?
Yeah, good evening, sir.
Good evening. How are you?
Yes, I'm okay.
Yeah. So, well, what's going on? Let me turn the issue off. The air conditioner we're getting too strong for me.
It's just update I want to give at the details report.
Okay. What do we know?
The details report posted this afternoon from the young client guys. It says that out of the 736 polling places, they have reported about 575.
Oh,
Totally 78%.
hold on one second. Hold on 1 second. Because earlier today they are only 351. So now they have 500 plus. 500 what?
Yeah, 575.
Okay. Yeah, 575. Uh-huh.
Yeah. And so the 575 is totaling to 78%.
Okay.
And then now Yantoyan has the total vote of 58,587.
58,587.
And 87. Yeah, which amount to 62%. Then Samuel Koga 32,501.
32,501. Okay.
Totaling 35%.
Wow. So they have about 68% in their reporting.
Yeah,
62. Okay.
Yeah,
62%, and then Samuel Koga 35.
Yeah.
Okay. So based on their reporting, so where are those votes coming from? Do we have an idea on that? Do we have an idea as to where those votes are coming from?
The votes are still coming in from across the 9 electoral district, but mostly now, most of it is coming from District 3, 4, 5, and 9, because these are the areas that most of the votes were not reported on today.
So right now, the remaining vote now according to them, if this will constitute 78% of the entire vote, that means not much left. So that means the balance. What is left now? Do we know where those remaining votes are? Do we know that? Like whether do we still have more? Do we still have more votes around district number 1, district number, because district and the district that they were actually winning, Nyatwaji people were winning. It was District 9, District 1, District 6, District 7, yeah, and District 2, yeah. So and then we had District 3, 4, and 5 where Samuel Koga was expecting to do good. So, do we know how many votes coming out from District 2 right now? I'm sorry, District 3. District 3. Do you have any raw number from District 3, 4, and 5?
What is happening is because NEMA is divided in terms of electoral magistrate, NEMA is divided into two. The upper magistrate and lower magistrate. And the upper magistrate controls district number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5.
Okay.
And then lower magistrate controls 6, 7, and 8.
So where the other magistrate is situated? I know one is interpreter, right? The lower one is interpreter.
Yeah, the upper magistrate is Eastern Korean and the lower magistrate is interpreter.
Okay.
So district 8, district 8, district 6, district 9, and district 7, when they collect their tally sheets, they send them to interpreter. And then the lower magistrate tally them, they send them to Monrovia. Then district 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, when they do their when they do their tallying, they also send them to San Nicolas. Or when they collect the sheets, they send them to San Nicolas. But what is happening is from their war room, they are collecting those data ready from their pool.
Hey man, we're having some issue now. We're not hearing everything you are saying for some reason.
Yeah, some of them, they went to very, very do not have so vision where should are you getting me? Should I skip that bit?
Yeah, please repeat. We also move a little bit because we're not hearing you now. It's kind of like a breaking.
Yeah, so that's I wanna you are hearing me now.
Yeah, much better.
Okay, so like I said, most of those polling stations or polling places, they with in a area if to reach that 1, 2 in network situation, then it will be very difficult. So at the end of the day, you see that the pool workers they will have to work, and then they either travel like a distance before sending their data to their war room. So these are situations that they happen that they really will notice that it will take time, at least it will take them a day before the guys can start receiving the data, and even before the magistrates they start receiving those data. That's the reason.
So
most of the,
I'm sorry. So now we are getting some information from Nyat Poyen campaign stating that they have received about 500. You said that was a 58,587.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
vote. So
it's 58.
58,587, correct?
Yeah.
So so I wrote it down. So what are you hearing from Samuel Koga campaign? What are they saying? Do they kind of agree with this number, or they are saying something else?
Up to now, I've not heard any official statement from any one of them. They are still quiet as we speak. Yeah, it is only Yantoyan guys that continue to update, their supporters in the public as to the data they are receiving from their pool workers that were sent to the police stations.
So, but have you attempted to get to the Samuel Koga campaign to see whether we can get any word from them?
The official spokesperson, we will actually placing a call to him today.
Mm-hmm.
And he said that they were busy, they were trying to collect their data from around the field. He was not in a position of speaking right now. That what he earlier told me. So he said they were not in a position, but when they're ready, when they collect all of their data, they will make an official statement. But he didn't tell me when soon will that be.
So do we know when all the information will be gathered by the NEC in that county, especially because what NEC gave today is way less than, if NEC only gave about 19,000 to Nyatwanya, given what they have in their possession. So do we know when the whole thing we come to a conclusion in Nimba County in terms of the counting and tallying the vote? Do we have any idea, any word from the NEC in Nimba?
After that result that came out today, well, like you said, it was 19,000 plus for Yan, and it was 3,000 plus for Koga.
Mm-hmm.
So the tallying will continue this evening. They will rest for tonight. Then tomorrow morning they will pick up. Well, like I said, what can actually delay for next is the tallying result. They're saying they call it T3. The T3 have to reach to the NEC office, to the major office. That T3 now they will be using to to be punching in those data before releasing them. But for the politicians, the result that they need stick on the wall, or immediately when the counting is done and they announce the final result, when you are to network area, you just remain there. So that you just text, to your office that we accumulated this, and our closest rival got this. And sometimes to the result that is posted on the wall, they just go and take the photo immediately and send it. But unless for next you have to carry all of that material, more especially the T3, that's the final one that can actually be hoping onto. So based upon that, and looking at some of the businesses that people cover up to now as we're speaking, most of those networkers, they are not come from the queue yet, except those who were around, on the road, like people who were in Ganta, people who were around Sanikole, people in camp, who work in Camp City itself, people who work in Yekeva, most of them, so that immediately after the work, once the presiding officer take the T3 and present it to the electoral supervisor, most of them can find motorcycle to go, to where they came from. But the electoral supervisor have to keep that T3 and then present it over now to the mature office. So these are some of the delays in the two differences that is there. That's the reason you see that NEC have to report that lower number today.
So yes. So based on the information we have so far from the numbers reported yesterday and that of NEC, and also reading what we just received from Nyatwanya's campaign, all indicating that the trend is on the way of Nyatwanya, even though we don't know yet what is left. But is there any hope on the part of Samuel Koga's campaign that they still have some outstanding number that they can come and overtake this particular trend that we are seeing, we've been following since yesterday? Is there any hope on their part? Are you seeing that?
So, like I said, most of them or all the official spokespersons have not actually spoken. But from all indications of what we are seeing, it is just three districts. It's actually the hope of Koga. And those three districts, like, for example, in district number 3, the Yikipa bill that I told you about the last time, some votes have come from there. Like, for example, where I report there, the last out in the school campus, now got good number of votes, from this area, from Upper, from Yikipa, it's actually getting, some good number of votes. So from all indications, the election is actually going the way of Nya. Yeah. But prior to us coming on, prior to me, sending or sending those information to you, there were jubilations on the road today. Parents were all having leaves in their jubilating. But NEC has not officially, declared Nya as a winner. And even for their war room, they have not said that they have gone 100% with tallying their result. So hopefully, maybe tomorrow morning, if they can release the last result, because from all indications, they are just left now with 161 polling places to complete the result to make it 100%.
Yeah, that's for Nya Unakem, right?
Yes. That's for Nya Unakem from their report that they are receiving, and from the report that they just released this evening. Out of the 736, they have reported 575. So if you do the calculation, roughly they are left now with 161 polling place to do the completion to make it 100%.
All right, let me see. Maybe my colleagues want to ask you a question. Valentine is also joining us from Top FM in Zredu, Grand Gidia County. But while we wait, that our monk, a Brazilian monk, and I want to say welcome. And then Melbourne, before I know you are about to go to your news bulletin, I'm not sure what's going on there. But based on what you hear so far, I mean, what say you? Do you have something to say? Or you want to come in later?
Yes. Quickly, let me just ask. That have to do with the atmosphere. I want you to tell us about the atmosphere there. How things look like.
You say how things look like over there. What is the atmosphere like in Ganta, where you are?
Yes, for Ganta, the atmosphere is good. But like I said, this afternoon, we saw, some people jubilating, and they said they are telling me which is over who is here. It was community. We saw them all on motorcycle with leaves in their hands, and they were jubilating. But besides that, everything is peaceful.
Everything is peaceful. So Melbourne, that's the answer there for you. So Valentine, welcome to SKTV once again. Thank you for all you do. We saw a great reporting today where you guys went to the campaign center or headquarters of Jeremiah Sokan, and we were able to speak to him directly. That was really great on your part. Thank you for that good reporting. And so, Lawrence, do you have a question for Daniel?
No, not for now, right now.
Okay, thank you. Brazilian monk, my man, welcome. So, do you have a question for Daniel based on what we have heard so far?
Yeah, I have a question for Daniel. I mean, because the stats is given that you are only left with 161 polling stations out of 735 from the Nyans camp based on their own internal data. It seems like you are left, if that's the case, then you are only left with 22% of the persons that needs to be reported to complete 100%. Now, of those 22%, do you have any idea as to which district those outstanding 161 polling stations, if you got any intel on that?
Like I said, it will be a bit difficult to tell you that the 22% is coming from a particular district.
For a particular district.
The reason is most of the data can come from across, and most of the remote areas that, like, for example, district number 5 and part of district number 3 or district number 9. These are areas that they have tough times reporting their data. And district number 9, most of their tally report can go to Tabata. But then those workers who are two observers who are assigned there with politicians, so that when they get this result, they have to travel from one town to another to get proper network before they can send in those data. So from what they reported, they didn't tell us that probably district number 1 is completed or district number 2 is completed.
Okay.
Yeah, because the reason I asked that question, most of the numbers we got yesterday came from district number 1. The vast majority of the numbers. So
He wants to. He didn't hear you. He want you to repeat.
Oh no, I said I asked that question because most of the data we got yesterday, most of the raw numbers we got came from district number 1. So I just wanted to get an idea, but he's saying that.
So for me, from my observation, if they still have a report maybe for district number 1, it might be like 5% because district number 1 is accessible. It has almost nowhere to all. So they may not be taking on district number 1 and district number 2. So these are districts that most of the police stations have. They are accessible to road and they have good level.
All right. Sounds good.
Yeah. Thank you so much. So let's go to Eric. Eric, how you doing? And how's Granjide? How's Redu?
Okay, I would say good evening to you, Mr. Kane, and the rest of the panelists. And actually, I would say Zweju is actually cool this evening. The atmosphere is that good from Zweju.
You said the atmosphere is not good?
No, I said the atmosphere is good.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Yeah, so do you have a question for Daniel based on what we just heard? Or not?
No, actually, I don't have a question.
All right. So Daniel, I want to say thank you for everything you continue to do. Keep us posted. If you have anything to share with us, feel free to call us back and share with us. And I want to say thank you. To try to get to the other guys in the area that we haven't have enough information in terms of reporting, especially in district number 3, 4, and 5. If you get any information there, feel free to let us know. We are now going to actually rely on the number or information from one camp or the other. We want to make sure that we get information from everywhere.
I'll do that. I'll try my possible best to see if I can get information from other.
All right. Thank you so much. So, gentlemen, based on what we've been hearing and based on what is available to us as far as information, it seems like Nya is running away with this thing. I'm not sure. This is not official, but I mean, if everything trended his way, and it looks like Nya is running away with this thing. And what would this mean for President Boakai? And if at all these numbers are right, and when it become official, I mean, what would it mean for Joseph Nima Boakai and the Unity Party versus Prince Johnson and his MDR?
Well, that's a question that is remain to be answered, because from the numbers so far, we know there are certain places that are not accessible. But you get a sense, we got enough data to make a projection, at least that Nya is literally running away with this thing. And I don't think the leads are getting so insurmountable that it will be almost impossible for Koga, even though we still got the idea that other places, the results are yet to come in, but I don't think it will be sufficient enough to overturn Nya's lead. That's where it's tending to be. So the question is, you start looking at the autopsy and the political autopsy, what went wrong? Can we say that the Prince Johnson stranglehold of Nimba County is broken finally? Can we say it was a sympathy vote for Nyan because he been attempting this position on, I think it will be the third term, maybe, if I'm not mistaken? Can we say that the people of Nimba County want ethnic balance? That is, they want someone representing the Manon belt in comparison to another candidate coming from the Gio belt. So who knows? I mean, it's too early to start making those kind of a projection, but in the coming days and weeks, people will get an idea. But from me, I think the Prince Johnson dam has been broken when it comes to the whole thing that he can just endorses somebody and that person automatically be a winner. Or we could say maybe it gets a special election. It's not, you cannot make prediction to say, okay, this is what's going to happen in the presidential election as to Prince Johnson endorsement. So it's too early for that. Let Nyan enjoy his victory, and we will do the political autopsy later.
I would say let Nyan enjoy his lead.
His lead, yeah, enjoy his lead.
Yeah, I will not call it a victory yet. Yeah, so so but the problem here is that we haven't heard anything in terms of complaint, or somebody saying, I was cheated, or no, I don't like the reporting, or there were some irregularities in this area or that area. We are not hearing anything of that nature. So it means that if everything remains constant, it means that Nya is about to be the next senator of Nimba County, and that will be a challenge to Senator Prince Johnson. He said Nya they are bringing Nya to be the leader of Nimba County, thereby replacing him. And if he went openly and campaign against Nya and others, they will actually, take the challenge. So on that note, I think we should transition to go to Grand Gideon so to get some update there, because similarly, when we listen to the NEC reporting, thank God SKTV was also there. We saw that the NEC reported about, similar information wherein Jeremiah Soka seems to be running away with the number, because if he kind of obtained 2,000 plus votes, where everybody else, the second and third person are in 800 and 900, that means he is somehow running away with this thing. But speaking to him today, he told us that based on their information, about 9,500 to 10,000 votes that were in, but their tally sheet, they have received anywhere close to 3,100 to 3,200 votes. And the person next to him, the closest person to him, based on their tally sheet, that person was around 1,300, 1,300. So that is way beyond, the second person. And what I'm saying here, if our reporting is right, if the numbers we are receiving here are correct, that means Amelia could come second and Ansu Dukle could come third in that district number 1 by election. However, let's hear from the horse's mouth, the guy who was there in the compound today. He was able to speak to the representative who is now the lead candidate in the based on the results. Some already have started congratulating him, some already calling him a presumptive or a representative elect or presumptive winner of the district number 1 election. So Eric, what do we know so far?
Okay, thank you, Mr. Kane. The result here is clearing, is very much clear here. For Honorable Jeremiah Gausoka, for his total vote he obtained here is 2,642 votes. Yeah, that is the vote that he obtained. Next to him is immediate bed.
Are you reading from the NEC reporting, or you reading from okay?
Yeah, sure, from NEC reporting. Yeah, that's the result I have here. He obtained 2,642 votes. Jeremiah Gausuka. Next to him is Honorable Emilia Bed. She obtained 1,297 votes. Next is Honorable Ansu Dukley,
Mhm.
1,098 votes. Yeah, that was the three top persons within the race. But per our, yeah, mhm,
Okay.
yeah, per our the result here, the preliminary result, we already know that Honorable Jeremiah Gausokan is in the lead. So, as from today in Grangeda County, TN District number 1, we saw the support of Honorable Jeremiah Gausokan, yeah, celebrating. They were all jubilating today. Today, Granger was not easy. Even to where he resides, he had a big engagement there with the people, talking to them. But why he said that, he said, I only waiting on the National Election Commission to announce then before he say anything else. Yeah, but actually from his home, from his residence today, people jubilate even in the street, but they were like maybe they were not, they were in the street one, but they were not in group because they wanted to respect NDC rules. Yeah.
Okay.
So that, yeah.
Thank you so much for that reporting. So that means Jeremiah Sokan is on his way. If those reports are to stand, and nothing changed, definitely Jeremiah Sokan will be the next representative of Chien District, District number 1, Grand Gideon County. So, Monk, what do you make of that? I mean, it looks like Liberia now is all about keep on trying. When you lose today, you keep trying.
Yeah.
You lose
Keep
again.
trying.
You keep
That's how
trying.
the thing
And
is.
then one of those days you will be
Yeah.
you will be rewarded.
Yeah, that's why it is. It's the same thing happening in Nima County. When the people get familiar, the people believe in seniority politics. Seku, go back to 1997 from the days of Charles Taylor, Madame Sally, the same old thing. Madame Sally came with all the international support. Madame Sally couldn't turn the corners on Charles Taylor. When 2005 she came back, she was able to win. The same way with George Weah on 2 separate occasions. It didn't work on the third time. The third one was a champ. It's the same old thing. Joseph Boaga, 2017, he didn't make it, despite the fact that he came with a more experience, like people will say. And the second time he was rewarded. So that's just how it's a thing. It's
Same
either
thing, even Darrell Dillon ran.
Dylan ran 2011. You can go down the list. It never ends. So sometimes it's like sympathy. It's not about merit. That's one of the things. That's one of the difficult situations about Liberian politics. It's never about the merit. It's all about some sentiment. It's all about some seniority politics. I would say dress by dress. It's all about wait for your time when we feel satisfied. I don't know how they really take time to be like in Liberia, because I know. I keep telling people the most important.
But then next election I'll go register so I can run for maybe 10 times for president. You want to make it 11,
yeah, on the 11th time you might likely put it out.
They will say yeah. So let's just give it to him.
Let's just give it to him. The people can decide before election. Yeah.
Actually, it's not the first time, or Honorable Jeremiah Gausokan is not the first time contesting in Chien District. So the people,
what we're saying.
Yeah,
that's what we're saying. We're saying the good thing, the reason why he is rewarded, one of the reasons, not the only reason, but one of the reasons why he been elected today, or he's likely to be elected, is because he's been around, he's been contesting. People are saying that we know why they may not suffer for anything here. One time.
Yeah,
now the man at the third time now, why don't you just give it to him? Let's try the man too. Similarly, George Weah, when George Weah running for president, they say, well, they may not suffer for anything, like give it to him. The boy love the country. The boy got the country at heart. The boy got the country at heart.
Yeah, he got the country at heart.
And now Joseph Boakai, but the people not suffer for anything too.
Yeah, let's give it to him too.
Even the man dying, he said the man still.
Yeah, we will carry the casket.
Let's give it to the man. But people not still on the man. And like Liberia is just
like a casino, like a slot machine. That's how you do it.
I think I'm sure Melbourne is back with us. I'm not. Melbourne, you back with us, or you still carry on your news bulletin?
Yeah.
Okay. The eating some of our time today. We eat all your time after your minute after the show, because it's like 7:16 in Liberia. Yeah, so I can see Lawrence. I can see the love in his face, but it looks just like he not make it because Lawrence. Yeah, Lawrence man is Koga, and Lawrence told us yesterday that he believed that Koga was still going to pull this off. Lawrence, do you still have hope? Do you still think that Koga still have a shot at this thing based on what we hear
Well,
so far?
Mr. Kane, watch and see what happens in the next few minutes or few hours, because this is election. You don't know what happened, because from the result that we're getting, and you know what can happen. This is where people come up with the mindset of they say, oh, I was cheated, they won't happen. So these are some of the things based upon these results. Some of the candidate supporters will get in the street and say, "Warren didn't win anything," but when they finally gave the ruling, other people go, "Oh, they cheated us." So from what we're getting from Yan Twain war room, it's not from NEC war room. So we got to watch and see, because we got 100+ ballon pooling places stay out. So let's watch and see what happens in the next hour. We can't just predict who is the winner. We got to watch and see, Mr. Kane. I'm 100% sure. Even though I get a love in my heart for the mayor. I get a love.
We can see it. We can see the love.
Let me get something clear.
Yeah.
Get something clear.
So Lawrence. Yeah,
go
ahead, because I'm back
on the SKTV page.
No, thank you.
I don't know. I want to actually get the bottom to this stuff. Of the 735 polling stations, are they only reporting 161, or we are only left with 161 of the 735?
We are left with 161.
No, according to
Daniel. War room.
That's
not neck.
War room.
That's what I'm saying.
War room.
They are reporting 161 out of 735 polling stations, or we are left with 161 out of 735?
No. They are reporting 575
out of the 735.
Out of the 736.
Okay, that's why I wanted to say. So we only left with 161 then in total.
Yeah.
All right.
We know 161 left.
Okay, sounds right.
But more, you can see the love in my eye. More, you can see the love in my eye.
You know what do we have in that 161?
That's it.
Can offset 575. I'm not sure.
You got a different, almost like 16,000 different. I don't know if you can put a magic out of the remaining 161 to offset more than 16,000 votes so far. I really want to see how you would do that.
Yeah. Thank God that we're back and y'all enjoy our back reading a lot of things. But we are talking about elections, and I know about
we don't want to even go in the back.
You're enjoying. Listen to Prisoner Mob.
Yeah,
because these are news. Yeah, I cannot. That's the thing. I can just see myself, but I can't make it. By the way, that's great. Yes, so that's great. Let me say thank to all of you for that brilliant points and analysis. But what we're going through, I don't know whether you follow some of the later news coming from Nimba also, and thank God that Prisoner Monk is here, and you say you are here. Maybe security wise, you people also have asked some of us maybe as to what's why it is happening. But I'm following this news coming from Nimba County about a 16 years old Magdalene duo of Ganta in Nimba County. She was alleged to commit suicide because of her boyfriend told her that he's no longer interested in her. But then I'm seeing her in handcuffs. That what get me scared. Why is she handcuffed? Bizena Monk and that Seku.
But where you getting the information from?
Yeah, I saw that story before logging on. I saw it. She attempted to commit suicide, so I really don't know. The only thing I fascinated about the story, I don't know why I was 16-year-old want to take their life of man business at the early stage in life when she got a whole life ahead of her. Come on, for a 16-year-old, are you serious?
Mabel,
Yeah.
Mabel, where are you getting the signal
Yes.
from?
Okay, go to OKFM. Is that OKFM
Yeah, I read it. I
99.5?
read it. Correct.
Yes. Is that you already training already on the social media? But me, my question is, why the police hang up reasonable? That way, I'm a little bit
So
broken. My heart, I'm
yeah,
crying. My heart. Why was she hang off?
let me come in on that. If this if I don't know this report, I haven't read it, but if this is an attempted suicide, if somebody is attempting to commit a suicide, the law enforcement will restrain them, will stop them from committing suicide. That will also constitute other things, including the easiest way to restrain somebody is to put handcuff on them, not to allow them to harm themselves or harm other people.
Yeah.
So if the police are putting handcuff on her, I think that would be if she is a suicide or somebody on attempted suicide, somebody want to commit suicide, it means that they're trying to restrict her from harming herself. It's
That's
not
great.
for, it's not for any other thing or try to lock her up, but
Yeah.
you got to. I don't know. I'm hearing myself from one of the areas. So wherever that comes from, please mute yourself. So so maybe if you ask the question, that could be one of the reasons that she was kind of put under some restraint, so that way she can be able to harm herself. So, and I'm glad that this has nothing to do with the election, since the election news is the hottest topic right now. Everybody wants to know exactly what is going on. Yeah, but this information is unfortunate. We don't want to see anybody, any Liberian killing themselves for whatever reason. There's no justifiable reason to kill yourself, in my opinion. No justifiable reason, but people do it all the time. So hopefully they will, go hold of her, because anybody who have committed suicide, 99.9% of the time, people will always, question their mental health. Because for you to be yourself, to be 100% correct in your, in your head, you don't want to kill yourself for any reason. But sometimes when people get frustrated, they get traumatized, they develop some mental issue. And when that happens, they want to harm themselves and, do the wrong thing. I don't know, we received a call from one of our colleagues here, Ben. Maybe he's trying to provide some information to us based on what he knows. In as much that we're not opening the line yet, but he's calling, so let's hear from him. Probably Ben gets some information. Hello, Ben.
Yeah. I just wanted to speak to one neighbor, but you did an excellent job. So, you'll be getting your nursing lesson very soon, and a psychiatric nursing. You did a good job in explaining that. I just wanted to make the correct time, but thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Ben, I'm not a nurse. I'm not on medical practitioner. I'm speaking from the security standpoint. I have no knowledge on in terms of security.
You knew it.
All right, thank you.
Yeah.
Me, I'm now a nurse. I'm now a nursing practitioner, but I think she needs chins instead of hanger for a 16-year-old. A 16-year-old should be learning how to cook and clean her mom's kitchen, not to be taking her life away for a man business. I don't know.
Yeah, so she will need to get handcuffed first and then chin later on. Restrict. The way you can restrict somebody, you put a chin on them first. When you take her now to the hospital, now you find out that she got she needs a psychiatrist.
16-year-old worrying about men.
She's not focusing on school, but it's all about men.
Mon job for her. How you say she needs a chin? Already concluding that she's taking the brain. So she on her is gonna bring.
Second quickly, maybe so do you really see any good care? Maybe will she really go through the kind of counseling that she really need? So you and the monk?
We don't know now. We don't know yet. We don't have enough information about her. All we know right now, she was seen being somehow, restrained by the police. Maybe we'll see the detail later on, but we can't tell. And I think normally our government, if they see a suicide or somebody who's trying to commit a suicide or attempted suicide, when they restrain you, they don't just leave you like that. They just take you to your house. What they would normally do, I don't know about Liberia, but what they normally do when they arrest somebody, when they restrain somebody who is an attempted suicide, they take you to a medical facility first and foremost to make sure you're okay. And they make sure you are not a danger to yourself or to anybody else. And then they'll take it from there. So we have no way of knowing the extent to which they have gone with that process. But all we know now, she was restrained simply because she wanted to harm herself. So maybe the police will be able to tell the public as to what is really going on behind the scene.
That's why I say I wish they could change her, because for her situation is a special situation. Commitment.
So one of the things I want us to do here is that first, this is about one of the most anticipated elections in recent times because of the nature of the Nimba politic. So I want us to open the line in Liberia, whether it's somebody is calling from Nimba, calling from anywhere in Liberia. Let's hear the perspective of Liberian people, what they think about what we are hearing so far. Maybe somebody has some information to also provide to us that we all can benefit from. So besides our reporters, let's give time to other Liberians who may want to say something. Unless you guys have something to add before we go to the line.
Yeah, I got something to add. Another fascinating story today was the Supreme Court ruling on the tenure position. I think we told the Joseph Boakai administration that they were going to come up short in this fight on that tenure position stuff, and the whole thing of asset recovery is just a matter of time, or except our judges want to be corrupt, because if you're going by due process, he been in government for a long time to know how government operate or function. And the prediction that we made here, it came to pass today. 4 of the positions were overturned, saying that they never meet the constitutional standard. So it's another losing effort on the Boakai administration. I hope they can put that on their report card for the 100 days in office as well, because we said it was going to happen and it happened. The asset recovery will be the same old thing, and it's just the same cycle we keep running through. It was one of the stories that caught my attention today, earlier in the day.
Yeah, I mean, that is a very fascinating story, and I think it warrants our time. And I don't think we can just brush it off and just, run through it. I think we should take more time to dig deeper in that story, because this is embarrassing for the government, especially for Joseph Boakai, given the fact that Joseph Boakai is expected to know better, or to have known better in terms of governing system, how the government works, and to have spent all his life in government, but yet not knowing how the governing system works. That is embarrassing. And I believe Joseph Boakai people, they are working on how to spin it, how to present this to the public, but it is not a good news for the government. But like I said, today we are actually focusing on the elections, and Liberian people are on the edge of their seat. They want to know exactly what is going on, and also, if at all Joseph Boakai candidate wins, as it seems to be, then Joseph Boakai will be, somehow taking a loss one side and also taking a win from the other side. But this is a big loss for Joseph Boakai, for them to, because many Unity Party people, they really, really, really want to unseat those people in a tenure position because they believe those are lucrative positions, those are money-making positions, and they are not in this thing to change Liberia or to make any progress in terms of developmental agenda. It's all about what goes to their pocket. It's all about who is getting what position, and because it's all about my time and their time. So they believe that those people, it was that time when CDC government was in power. Now it is the Unity Party people time. That's what they believe. Like I told you the last time when we said on SKTV that it was wrong that for Joseph Boakai to have appointed people in tenure position before the expiration of their tenure, one of them called me and told me, they say, so what? We don't care. As long those positions are lucrative, they had their time, and this is our time. We're not going to let them to be there. And I say, you guys will receive public backlash. They say, so what? Liberian people can only talk for 2-3 weeks, and that will be it, and we will move on. So now that the Supreme Court is stepping in and giving them a back kick, that is embarrassing, and I hope they will learn from this, so they can actually, remove themselves from all the other illegal activities they are doing, or witch hunting that they are doing. Let them focus on actual developmental agenda and do what is right for the Liberian people. That's what I have to say about that. Unless you guys have something else to say, we can proceed.
In any normal society, or if I were in Joseph Boakai government today, Bush Ben Keita would have been shown the door. You cannot claim to be a chief legal advisor to the president. You don't understand basic principle when it comes to the law and the governing system of a country. That joker came on camera and was saying a whole lot of stuff, and we keep warning them, bro. That's not how you. We got good governance act. We got how they call this code of conduct. You're telling me you're going to look at the constitutional aspect of the law, the code of conduct, and all these supporting documents. You call yourself a chief legal analyst and an advisor to the president, and yet you couldn't have figured something this simple. Man, he was going to be out today. Today, he was going to lose a job. But anyway, that's Liberia for you. We maintain the position and keep making those same mistakes. In our country, it's not about the performance anyway, or about the job issue, as Sekou rightly says. So he will maintain a position, but any president around the world who have fired him today, he was going to be out. He was going to be on the unemployment line. But that's Liberia for you. So the saga continues. You guys can take over. Go ahead if you got something to say. And Eric, that's just my take on that. Because we said it. We properly advised on that issue, and instead they decided to go that route by going to the Supreme Court, and guess what? Same thing. SKTV vindicated again. It's the same thing that will happen with access recovery. You just watch. There is not jungle justice. There is governance. There is law. There is a republic. You don't run things because you want to give your people a job because they campaign for you or they were on a rescue train. No, that's not how government operate. You got laws. You got to put your ego aside. You got to put your political mind or will aside and go by the law. That's exactly what happened at the Supreme Court. I think with the exception of Wilson Tappet, they ended up losing 4 cases, and Wilson Tappet situations are even under condition. So they would have lost that also, yes. So that's it. Yeah.
Thank you, my brother. Myself, I saw with you on what you just said. So indeed, that's the kind of thing that happened. But all we can say is that we have a system. The only thing we need to do is to respect the system and make sure that we allow the system to work. So Lawrence and Eric, you guys can start with the calls. Later on, I'm going to join you. So if you are set, you can start picking calls from your end.
Okay, I'll read out the number. I'll read out the number for those who are watching and are listening. From Grangeda County, you can participate on the show by quoting what you make of the election result. So let me read it. Let's read out the number first. 0881143504. 0881143504. For the orange, 0776-105-105 at the number 2. Court. what you make of the election and the result from Grangeda County. We have 15 candidates that took that participated in the elections here, and perhaps the preliminary result here, Honorable Jeremiah Gausoka is in the lead. So what do you make up the elections result? You can call 081-143-504, 081-143-504, 0776-105-105, the number to call. All right, let's take this caller. Let's take this caller. Good evening. All right. Good evening. We are trying to, okay, let me see something.
Yes, because we're not getting the call. So,
good evening. We are getting this person. Hello? People are making the calls, but we cannot get them. Let's see. Let's try. Yeah, good evening. All right. Good evening.
Good evening.
Yeah, your name and where do you join us from?
This is Brown Tate from Monrovia.
From Monrovia.
Yes.
Okay. Your point,
I followed the Grand Jury, elections, and then when result being announced.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, I want to thank the electors and even the candidate for the peaceful conduct and even like the way they conducted elections. And I appreciate the electors. The electors say that the person will want. While you on the outskirts, what you have to say. So I want to thank them. I want to thank Honorable Sokan, even though they say it's a preliminary, but given the proximity of Zoedru, I'm sure, and according to our understanding, some of the contending candidates started to congratulate me, so I'm sure it's a presumptive winner. So we thank you so much. I hope that it will work in the interest of our county and the district.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. You can place in your call or let's take this caller. Good evening.
Good evening.
Yeah, good evening. Your name and where do you join us from?
My name is Frederick. Good join you from Grangeda County to be specific.
Yeah, what do we make of this election result?
And I represent the Nima community. The result is clear. We were aware of this result.
Mm-hmm.
One of the reasons Soka won this election, it was based on tribal politics. We who supported Soka, we wanted to break the barrier, the tribal barrier.
Oh, you said tribal politics. So what do you mean?
Yes, the tribal. Yeah, what I mean is, whenever Soka go into election, they will say he's not from here because he's not a typical Grangina. He part not from here, maybe he part not from here, or a man not from here.
Mm-hmm.
And people say he's from River G. And so we who are outside, who people classify as a stone in the water, if we spend 100 years, we will not turn into cafe. We decided to campaign vigorously to make people to understand that, look, Liberia is Grangeda is no exception. Like anybody can take position who is capable, who is developmental oriented, can be in position anywhere in any part of Liberia. So let us break this star. That we who here, some people have spent 100 years, 75 years, who have children here, whose children will not go to Nima, Bon Country, or Magibi in the West, whose children, sometimes they are born their children, they will remain here when they are capable of running for position so that they can take the mantle of authority. This is the campaign we run secretly in the corner, publicly, that people, we who are outside, we immensely supported Soka, and Soka won this election just to break the barrier and break the tie. So we were aware, and we know that Soka is going to make difference. Development is about to start in Grangeda.
Okay, my brother. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for making your point. Let's take this caller. Good evening.
Hello.
Yeah, good evening. Your name and where do you join us from? You called in from Tudeville. Of this election result.
So the election, the one we wanted to end a high goal.
Mm-hmm.
So they were taking our overflow happened from last year up later. the way election go, the way it go.
Mhm.
So that how people yesterday they put a vote for the person who, you know, because myself, we are happy to me yesterday when I went to the voting room yesterday. When I entered, I called my name, Fanny Farmer, and came. I think I did it again. Another person that used to remind me, I paid him, and I turned to him, I tell him, like, I paid him, boy, that paid him, I can't vote for you. I can't vote for somebody, yeah, I can't vote for crime, man. So it changed my mind yesterday. I was a vote for crime person, but I changed my mind yesterday for that remark, and I voted for soccer.
Okay,
And
okay.
yeah, and the second thing I want to say again, you know, everyone that are on the platform, if it happens tomorrow, you're on the platform, you're not president, you're not anything, you are very important to us. We can visualize your name.
Sure.
When we tell with someone, we can say Mr.
Mhm.
So please, the platform, people who are on the platform, they may what I would like it or not. Now, what Taylor said before, you say you like it or not, I'm your president. Chilabaga is our president now. We should be able to visualize me because for the one for the campaign plan, everywhere you go, they ask him, you call President John, we are the time of president, you're calling Mr. We are. Mr. We are, you know, what they call him, John Obo, we are, or Mane, we are.
Okay.
You can go, or if you don't talk, in someone called John, we are, John, we are visualizing me. You're more look for me and take me to be a liar. So,
Okay, my brother.
I hear somebody continue calling Joseph Baga. At least, even when not calling President Baga, but you must say you pass it on Baga test.
Okay. Thank you for making clarity. Thank you for making clarity. Thank you. Have a good day. All right, you can place in your call 081-143-504, 081-143-504. For the orange, 0776-105-105. The number to call. What do you make of this election result?
So Lawrence, yes. So maybe when Lawrence ready to take calls, then later on you will talk so that you can hold break while Lawrence take calls. But go ahead, Eric.
Good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
Yeah. Your name and where do you join us from?
I'm Eric Kamara, calling from Mangibi, District 1.
Eric Kamara calling from Mangibi, District 1. How is that end?
Resided Boulevard Citizen and some of the soil from Grand County, District number 2, which is Kunewo District.
Okay. So what do you make of this election result in Grand County, to be precise, District number 1, Chien District?
Yeah. That's how we wanted for the result to be, because Jeremiah Soka has done so many things, so many development helping the youth as well, even the county team helping at the same time. So we deserve the result come good. And Jeremiah Soka going to pull the country into the lead. I know that development already about to start.
Okay.
So I hear so many things about tabulation, and nobody has problem with Jeremiah Soka. That's why we know him. He's been with us. He is some of the source, so we don't consider him, even if they're talking about he's part of us.
Okay.
We know that Jeremiah Soka is with us.
All right. Thank you very much. Thank you. All right. Lawrence, can you take a call?
Yeah, let me see what I can activate the lines from my end to see.
Okay. People are calling. The form here is are based in Liberia, the form line, and in Grand County, I mean.
So take calls. If you have a call on the line, they take calls. If not, then Lauren will join you.
Oh, so I can take call, or Lawrence?
Yeah, you, Eric.
All right. Good evening.
Good evening.
Yeah, good evening. Your name and where do you join us from?
This is Anthony Fogo calling from Lower Mangibi. This is District 2.
Oh, you say you're calling from Lower Mangibi, to be precise, District number 2?
Yes, sir.
All right. How do you take of this election results?
Yeah, I just want to say thanks and praises to those who conducted the election over there, and especially the electorate.
Mm-hmm.
Thank God for them, what they have done. And I just want to throw light on the Supreme Court issue.
Mm-hmm.
My brother, we are here. We are Liberian. If you study from the previous government that just came in from position and the one we in today, the problem of this government, the Supreme Court today, mark what I'm telling you.
Okay.
The problem of this government is the Supreme Court. From there, the lawmaking section.
the lawmakers.
Okay, okay.
Thank God for the lawmakers. Majority of them on that side, we are seeing them performing well. But the Supreme Court is there to disgrace this particular government. I will tell you, no case that the government will send to that Supreme Court that the government will not have a problem with it.
Okay.
Because this was the reason the citizens planted those people at that Supreme Court.
Okay.
To jeopardize the next government decision.
All right,
Thank you.
All right, thank you, and have a God bless you day. All right, let's take this quarter. Oh, Lawrence, I think you can go ahead because the phone line really tight here.
Okay. Thank you very much, Eric, for the show from Grand Judah County this evening. We are present now in central Liberia, Bone County, to be precise. Those of you following the broadcast this evening, you can call on 0778 25 50 50, 0886 02 13 02. Those are the numbers you can call this evening and be part of the show. How do you make up the election yesterday in Nimba County and Grand Judah? As you may be aware, yesterday was a by-election and the electors went to the pool to vote for their candidates. So those of you listening, you can call 0778 25 50 50, 0886 02 13 02. We are here in central Liberia, Bone County, precisely this lovely Wednesday evening. You can call and be part of the show here in. Okay, we have a caller on the phone line. Let me see who is on the phone line. Our first caller. Good evening. Your name, where you come from? Good evening. Yeah, good evening. Your name, where you come from?
Fine. This is Reverend Matthew Kamara.
Call me from
Red Light.
Okay, go ahead. Let's hear you, Reverend.
Okay. So this is telling us that Nigeria and that the election conducted in Grand Judah and Nimba County is very peaceful. The people went in to let their own people of their choice. So it is a very interesting election for all Nigerians that peace is the only answer in Jesus' name.
Hey, man. Thank you, Reverend, for participating. Another caller is on the phone line. Let me see who is on the line. 0778 25 50 50, 0886 02 13 02. You can call this evening and be part of the show right here. How do you make up the election in Nimba and Grand Judah County? Another caller is online too. Let me see who is on the phone lines. Good evening.
Hello.
I'm okay. Your name, where you come from?
Okay. This is Sam. We are from Malukina resident.
Yeah, you quickly, Chief.
Okay, that's a very big thank you to all Liberia, most of the two counties, Liberian and that of Nimba County, for the level in which they conducted themselves. We think and what we should do saving our people who are willing to promote democracy. And to those who will be winner of those elections, we are calling on them to see how best the people are going to interfere. Because this country, for now, what we need strong lawmakers that will check the activities of the executive to see how best. Because most of the problem in Liberia is on the legislators. People bring on the director and the oversight responsibility in the etc. So we are calling on the new lawmakers to see how best to join all the left and the colleagues to see how best and do the best for the Liberian people, for the country to move forward.
Thank you.
Thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you, my brother. Another caller. Let me see who is here. 0778 0860 call this evening. Let me go to line 2 and see who is on the phone line. Let me see who's on the line here. Okay. I lost this caller. 0778 25 50 50. This caller is on the line. Let me see. Line 2. Okay. I lost this caller. The line is Jeremy. So another call coming. Another call just like this person, no, go off the line. 778 25 50 50, 0886 0210 bar and Grand Judah County on yesterday. Electors went to the pool to vote. People sending text messages back to back. What happened? Okay, this person. Good evening. And where you come from?
Yeah, but something they have to pay for.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, we're not hearing that person.
Two more.
Yeah, just take two more.
Actually, the booty.
This person on the phone line. Okay. Good evening. Hello. Too bad. The line is showing me here. Too bad. Okay, this person. Where did you come from? Okay, go ahead. Yeah, you, Chief.
Thank you very much. We actually agreed the election conducted in Pakistan and other branches to being peaceful and
Okay.
so I think
Yeah, so we have
I think
Let's take calls from Grangeria, yeah, because people are calling.
All right,
And
go
yeah,
ahead.
the line-
All right.
Okay.
All
All right.
Mabel is not ready to take
Yeah.
off, so you go ahead.
Okay, let me take this caller. Good evening. Good evening.
How you doing?
Where do you join us from?
Thank you. This is Austin Willer. I speak to you from District 13.
District 13, Moserado County.
Moserado.
Thank you for the show this evening, brother.
Okay.
I do appreciate it. It's my first time to be on your show.
Okay. So what happened?
I think I am other followers of your show from today.
Okay.
All right. Thank you. Go
So
ahead.
what do you make of this election result? What do you make of this election result?
In Nigeria, I think they have chosen the right person. Okay? Because this brother has been in the forefront of helping his people. I mean, the selection is necessary. It's not a mistake. It's not a mistake. As a voting, I think he will do something better. At least he may not be 100%, but you'll do something better for his people.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much.
So let me say something on the Supreme Court issue, please.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, you see, the Supreme Court, the way we think as ordinary Liberians is not a way these people our elders at the Supreme Court they're thinking that it's not a thinking. The people are thinking beyond human imagination how they will adjudicate cases that probably will not come. And somebody call her show and say, oh, the citizen people. You see those people out there they are off of party line? We are causing the problem in this country that from legal counsel in leadership. We are the cause of which they are running or leading this country on the party or the family line. People out there they are no respect of nothing.
Okay.
Because their integrity is at stake. Okay?
All
so
right, okay. Okay, thank you. Okay, thank you, my brother. Thank you. Thank you very much. Okay, thank you. Let's take this quarter. Let's take this other quarter. Okay, we lost that quarter. You can place in your call again. What do you make of this election result in Granger County, to be precise? District number 1. All right, let's take quarter. Good evening, and your name. Where do you join us from?
Good evening, my dear brother.
Yeah, your name and where do you join us from?
I join you from District 4, Moserado County.
District number 4, Moserado County.
And this is the voice Akwe Ebo Senior.
Okay, go ahead. What do you make of this election?
First and foremost, I want to say a very big thank you to God Almighty for the election on yesterday. And I also want to extend my profound thanks and gratitude to the citizens of Granger County. I found the journalist from Granger County this morning when he was reporting on one of your sister radio station, and he spoke about this issue of there was some level of violence, but as God could have it, the citizens, through the help of the NEC staffers and the officers that were on the scene, they were able to resolve this issue. So I think Liberians have gravitated to a stage where we don't want to get ourselves involved in any form of violence when it comes to any electioneering process. And I think this is how we should move forward. This will help our democracy. So I just want to say a very big thank you. I think the result is fair.
Okay.
I think the election was transparent. And I want to say a very big thank you to all of you, the journalists, who are helping to make this thing, I know, a successful one in Liberia. Thank you for having me.
Okay. Thank you, my brother. Thank you very much. Hey, the lamb is joined. Good evening. Good evening.
So let's just. You got a new call? Okay, go ahead.
Good evening.
I am Japa Ulatiki. Yeah, I'm calling you from a Banjo resident.
Banjo resident in Maserati.
Yeah.
Maserati.
What was his name again?
I'm very happy.
Come again.
I was speaking. I was speaking
for the election, that was the by-election that have been here, and the manner in which that those guys then conducted themselves. And today we don't get any misinformation of violence and the rest of it.
Okay.
I am completely satisfied with it, and may God bless them.
Yeah, thank you. I think maybe you can go ahead because.
No, maybe he's not going to take
calls. I'm not taking calls. Seku and Representative Mona, they will only respond to the callers because of time. So
yeah, because the line ins where you hear Grand G is not easy.
Yes. Because you joined.
Go ahead, take two more.
Yes.
Okay. I think we got a call here. We got a call here. Let me take this caller. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
Yeah, your name and where do you join us from?
Well, Mr. Sadiq, I'm the QL Access Monitor from Grand Gate. I control you. I'm calling from Monitor.
Okay. Which part of Monrovia are you calling from?
Oh, man.
Election result.
Yeah, let's say I'm monitoring getting about that. Call you to send you guys. See, let me tell you, any election without any case all right. When people let you to terrorize the man with the Lord Maker, everybody let you, no problem. But this so man want getting that thing that can't get. You get good record with the citizens. So we can, when the citizens let you, they should carry you. But the only thing we should say is, let be familiar with the citizens. You are Lord Maker. You get Lord Maker, then you are America. They get senator. That then made that America to obey. So when for you there, made a good thing that you enjoy you. Your character will carry you. You will be about you. So I tell you guys, without no action, you can't just go. God bless all of you.
Okay, thank you. Have a God bless you day. Thank you.
I'm the UL as a monitor to the party there.
All right, thank you.
Thank you very much.
All right.
Everybody run a campaign. Let's do it over.
Hear from you, Mr. Kane, because we hold on for now from the call for the court. Let's hear from you.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Brazilian man. What do you make of these calls?
Well, the first caller was the one that fascinating. She remembered the situation on the Ivory Coast with Ouattara, that they got to pull it off in Grand G, that country. They claimed that his father was from River G. It's the same tribal politics. That's what I'm saying. The people over there, they vote before election. And she said it right, that we decided this time around that we're going to carry him in spite of the label that they placed on him, that he's now a bona fide Grenadian. They wanted to do something different. So technically, it was still a sympathy vote. You know what? This guy, we think he's better, but because he died, he's not from here, he's not one of us, we won't carry him, and they skip over him, maybe on a couple of occasions. So this time around, the very same people say, you know what? Enough is enough. This is not going to happen on our watch. So they just deliberately decided to carry him this time around. And it's the same old thing. I say the same thing in Nima County. The sympathy vote, wait for your time, and people getting mad for some reason. It got to be some kind of a sentimental reason. It will never be about the merits. You will not hear too many people saying, oh, we believe that that guy was the best candidate, that he perfectly suited for that job. No, it got to be something that is either related to some tribal sentiment or something about waiting for your time or dress by dress. It's the same old cycle, nothing going to change. And that's why you heard from the callers here. That's why you keep hearing from them. The same thing in Nima County. That's why I'm thinking exactly what happened. That this time around, that the Prince Johnson factor wasn't going to be the deciding moment in Nima County. That, you know what? Nyan been around, we know Nyan. So this time around, I think it's Nyan time. In spite of Prince Johnson endorsement, it's not going to work this time around. It's the same thing in Grand Julia County. That's what I'm sensing from the callers. And the first caller said it right.
Well, I want to say thank you to all the callers. that call in and participated in this particular conversation. We really, really appreciate your time. And again, we are here every day, 7 days a week, and we cannot say enough thank you to our colleagues, whether it's Truth FM or former FM, former radio, also Top FM in Zredu, Granjida County. To all our colleagues, we can't thank you enough. Trust me, we really, really appreciate you guys. Despite being on social media, but being on those 3 radio stations means that we are covering the entire country, the entire Liberia. One of the reasons why you're seeing people calling from all over the place, people can be listening through Truth FM, but at the same time they will call, Zredu. People can be listening in Zredu at the same time they will be calling Truth FM or Radio Former and vice versa. So it means that, we cannot overstate, the importance of being on this radio. Let's say if you have 2, 3, 4, 500 people watching on social media, let's say Facebook, and you have about maybe 100 or 200 people watching on YouTube, I can tell you, people that watch and listen to us on radio, they are hundreds of thousands. Imagine the population in Liberia. Now everybody is politically charged.
Yeah.
Whenever the show is on, people always tune into their radio. They want to make sure they are informed. They want to make sure they participate in the conversations. So, Monk, listen to these people, listening to callers. I think the politics is changing. And whether for the right reason or not, the election in Nigeria was, a clear example as to how Liberian politics play. Tribalism is one of the major problems in our country. Tribalism. And we care less about what people bring to the table. We care less about issues. We care less about tangibles. We care less about, experience or knowledge or contacts. So hopefully when all is said and done, we will get an idea whether or not Jeremiah Sokan is finally the winner. We'll know that. And if that becomes the order of the day, then we will then congratulate him. And similarly, if the same issue in
Nima.
Nimba County, if Nya becomes the nominee, the winner, or vice versa, or Representative Koga, we will definitely, congratulate, even extend our invitation to all of them to come to SKTV for conversation with our, with our people. But again, I think the elections in Liberia is a complete disappointment. I'm very much disappointed in our system. I'm disappointed in our government. Just an election in one tiny county.
Yeah. It's taking you days.
We can't get the result the same day.
Yeah.
It is embarrassing. It is shameful. It means that Liberia, we are way behind.
Yeah.
We are a dead country. Somebody needs to just come and wake us up. We are dead.
Indeed.
In the country where you have less than 5 million people, or 5 million maximum, 5.2 if you will, you are having an election. You can't get the result, and the neck is shamefully coming to drop a piece of information. We are blessed because you know what? Liberia went through this civil war. Liberians are afraid of war now, or fighting, or problem. But these are things that can create problem in other countries. Because once the election happens, people want to get their result right away.
They want to know their result as quickly as possible.
If you continue to go drip, then what can happen? You can get into the people emotion. People can get angry. Some people can start claiming, victory.
Yeah.
Some people start, claiming the fraud. Some people start talking about, I was cheated. You don't. Every day when you hear about election in Liberia, they say, "Oh, the budget already approved. 20 million, 15 million, this million, that million." Where that money can go? If we can't get election result on time, we're supposed to have a system wherein when people vote, at least the same day, or at least latest next day, next morning, you get the result. But you got a bunch of lazy people, money eater, corrupt-minded people calling themselves leaders. Liberia, we have a long way to go.
Indeed.
We have a long way to go.
Quickly, let me not cut you off. When you say where the money going, I just sit back and I laugh. Corruption engulfs us now. So people just come into the system to just get rich. But what you're saying, Sekou, that makes 100% sense. You cannot be having a bad elections in, for example, even in Grand District number 1, district election, and you are still there thinking about taking days, taking time to announce one day small results. It's terrible for us.
Just a district.
And we were informed yesterday that right after the election, when polls were closed at 6 p.m. in that district, they were able to count every, because according to the guy who is now presumptive winner of this election, when we spoke with him this morning, he said, when I said, well, is the counting still going? He said, no. He said the counting were over since yesterday. So what's the hold on?
And now, Sekou, then my question to you and the President Mong now. How can the government or through NEC, they can use the same energy, the same zest, the same maybe thing that the politician use? Because mind you, the politician before they finish getting all of their information. How can you that getting the millions of dollars, you that giving the authority to do the work, you are not doing it effectively? What happening?
That's exactly something I was going to talk about. Where in the world, Nyatonya campaign we got 78% of the vote in tally sheets of all votes, but yet NEC get less than 30%. Isn't it shameful? I think electoral reform is
needed in Liberia.
Needed necessary in Liberia.
Yeah.
If we want to make progress. But I can tell you, it's all about who can sound off winning. This person won the election, but can we approve it? Can we announce it? The number we see here, you think we should announce it? The other person winning, what do you think? That's all.
That's it. In
front of we announce this number.
Yeah.
The other person winning, based on what we got in here, the other person winning. So what do you think? Somebody got to decide the will of the people. Yeah. So, like people going over there just for the sake of going to vote.
Yeah.
But for the most part, the final decision are made by few individuals, few corrupt-minded people who are eating money. Imagine this by-election right now. It's not less than million United States dollar that was spent on NEC. Not less than 1 million United States dollar. On a district election, less than 10,000 vote total, or maximum 10,000 or 11,000 vote total. Because we were told that at least the vote in Chen district number 1 in Granjira County, based on registered voters and the amount of people that voted, it could be around 50% of total registered voter. That means it's way less than the total vote. But Monk, imagine wherein you have 9,500 to 10,000 votes, and people have counted the number. What is NEC waiting for to announce the result 100%? Why? What are they waiting for? Approval of somebody?
Yeah, it's not that. I think you said it right. Is the whole process that needs to be reformed, because the work that NEC supposed to be doing technically is what the candidates will do. Because you cannot have an election wherein the candidate are counting on NEC to do their work. But it seems like the candidate themselves are more effective in getting a tally sheet and a result than NEC. Then, because the system said NEC should be the final one to put the blessing on the result, then they can sometimes come and decide the outcome. Because if let's assume I'm running in a local district, not even an entire county, for God's sake, you cannot get the Liberian people result within the district after 24 hours.
Yeah.
Then why is the essence of the NEC? Why is the essence of NEC? So it means even when it comes to the presidential election that is being controlled or being administered all over the country, it means that the candidate will get their own result, but because we are counting on NEC to verify these results, then NEC people can come in and manipulate the data and pick their choices that they want. So that's exactly what's happening. If we cannot get electoral reform, then nothing is going to happen. We will not be able to tell how the Liberian people can actually vote. Because look at the system. Or district, you cannot come up with a verifiable result after 24 hours. Or district, not even Granjira County. So think about elections simultaneously happening in all 15 political subdivisions throughout the country. What do you think is going to happen? That's why the irregularities will come in. That's why the voter tampering will come in, where people will be having anxiety. You just put the country on the brink of a chaos because you are just proven to be ineffective. You cannot do the listings, but yet you got a budget every election cycle. People make money. At the end of the day, we just keep waiting and analyzing and waiting for people to come up with a result when they themselves that's supposed to be spearheading the entire effort. They cannot even give you the numbers that you want. It's so sad.
Yeah, people are texting here, so I don't know if the phone line can be open.
If you can, no problem. We don't have a problem with it. If you can open it, fine.
Okay. You can place in your code 081-143-504, 081-143-504, 0776-105-105 are the number to call and make a point concerning NEC NEC. Yeah, so you can call 0881-143-504, 0776-105-105 are the number to call. So let's go ahead. So as we await call.
What's going on? Who phone's ringing?
I think somebody is calling from website.
WhatsApp.
Somebody calling from WhatsApp, then the phone is ringing through the system instead of
WhatsApp. Yeah, sure. So you can call and make your point 0881-143-504, 0881-143-504, 0776-105-105 are the number to call and make your point.
Yeah, so while we wait to call, just interrupt anytime you got a call. We will
okay.
Give you a chance to talk. So Monk, what confused me the most is that most of the people who running our elections or leaders, they have lived in other countries, like the United States. There are countries in Europe where they have systems in place. Some of them even worked in those systems. But then when you go to Liberia,
whole different thing.
They have all the resources, but then it's like they get lost. They can just willfully ignore all those rules and regulations or understanding of how things work in other countries. I mean, what is the problem among I get confused because if you are when in America here, for example, you go to work on time. They respect the rule of law.
Attendance.
They don't do sexual harassment.
Punctuality.
When you go to Liberia, there is small children they can start with.
Yeah.
Lawmakers, government officials, they don't even think, like having extramarital affairs is a problem. They don't even think it's an issue.
Nope.
But when they hear, no way, they didn't do it. You can't even talk to your coworker in a certain way. You can't even look at them in a certain manner. But when they go over there, their secretary, their system, this and that, blah blah blah, everybody become their girlfriends. So why is it that they will live in other countries, respect the rule of law, respect everything, but then when you go to Liberia, then they do something different? What is the problem?
Well, for me, from my own observation, living in this country, I think it's a mindset and it's a cultural thing. In Liberia, when it comes to extramarital affair, it's not something that is taken like out of proportion, where we take it to be something big in America, that can destroy someone else's career. It's still an operating procedure in Liberia. And you find out that people come here, they live here. Okay, they only accepted the system here because they were forced to. But the moment they get to the airport in Liberia, it's almost like someone took their brain and left it at the airport and then walk into the country. So they are going there with a whole different mindset. The culture is there. They cannot be changed. Yeah, Sekou, I tell people, America is not going to change who you are. People get the idea. You can learn something from here, but America is not going to change you. It's not going to change your personality or who you are, the kind of a training. And most people came here maybe at a later stage in life, not too old, but maybe they were above 20, 21, and you came from a system that is more corrupt, that people don't follow rules and law. Like you said it right. People come to here, they follow rules, they follow sexuality rules, they look at punctuality, they look at performance. But when you get to Labrador, no, this thing don't work because the mindset you are going their way is the idea that I'm going to rip the country apart. I'm going to take advantage of the system. In matter of fact, you grew up over there. You only spend some portion of your life in America. So just because you live in America doesn't necessarily mean that when you get back to Labrador, you're going to follow the same rules and implement the same kind of a training you got from the U.S. Only a few people will go by those rules. But on the grand scheme of things, no, not too many people will follow that. Think in 1 second, I was reading yesterday that our lawmakers were discussing the budget and there was no electricity in the room. The room was dark.
Amen.
Can you imagine that? The people who sought to set the agenda for the country, like I said, they don't even have flush toilet in their offices.
But and then they're getting 15,000 a month.
What?
And they didn't get electricity.
Yeah,
Yeah, no
the
electricity.
people in the society, I tell folks all the time, say, the people who decide the fate of a country are your lawmakers. They are the first brains of government. If they can discuss their budget under the cover of darkness, then you think that things will get better for you, like bro. Then you are living a dream world. You are living in fantasy.
I think that's a problem.
Yeah, I'm hearing you, but yeah. Okay, we're back.
Yeah. I was trying to. Somebody sent me a photo of the people of the video you guys were talking about. The person who wanted to kill himself.
Oh,
Is this the one?
Yeah, the one in the middle. Yeah, I saw it.
Yeah, so I think I can see the handcuff on her hand.
Yeah, sure.
Is that the one? So she don't want to kill her. She's 16 they want to look like 16-year-old.
I think she more than 16.
And I mean, somebody can grow fast, maybe.
But Sekou, why you saying that she's 16?
I know.
Or you're looking at our chairs and realize you're a vet.
I don't know what that.
This 16-year-old look like a vet. Unless she been in the business for a while. See what
anyone can fight from that business. You know that. But I like the police with one face.
Yeah.
The police with a
face. But this 16 look like a vet. That's why she fighting for commitment, because 16-year-old, I don't know 16-year-old.
You are a troublemaker. Why are you asking me as to what I'm looking at to decide whether?
I saw her picture. I said she needed a chin. She didn't need him because she needed chin. Because she looked like a vet.
Yeah, but the way the girl looking said, she not look like a 16-year-old.
She looked like a vet. She been in the game for a while. That's why she want commitment. Because I know the typical 16-year-old. She's not going to attempt to take their life because the boyfriend said you want them. No, I don't think so for a 16-year-old. Come on, you 16?
Yeah, I don't believe that. I don't think she's 16 years old. I get above 16.
Yeah, that much should be your early 20s, maybe 21,
Yeah,
22 in that range.
Yeah, because
I think you can see the picture there. Even though we are seeing her actually, but they look.
You know, I took the picture off because I don't want to get in trouble.
Yeah, with the women group, right?
Because when I keep putting that, that picture up and down.
Say we are the best. I won't be on your singing show tonight, please.
Yeah. Brazilian more, you see now, somebody getting me in trouble. Rita said, you're reading my mind.
Because I know the women advocate.
Yeah, no, Rita said, you're reading my mind. I wouldn't say, I don't think she's 16.
So let me read out the number. Don't text us.
Yeah, so, gentlemen, what happened? You got calls?
Yeah, I said, let me read out. Somebody was trying to place in a call, but something going on.
Okay, no problem. As long as you guys are available, you can take calls.
Okay, let me read out the number. 081-143-504, 081-143-504, 0776-105-105. You call and make your point. You can call and make your point.
Yeah, so going back to the election in Nimba, Monk, yesterday I was talking to somebody. Hold on. Are you calling to participate on the show, or are you just calling to talk to me? Yeah, I'll call you back then. I'll call you back. Sorry, somebody was calling. I know that was now for the show. I just wanted to make sure. I thought the person was also watching the show, or they want to talk to me directly. So, listening to some people last night, some lawmakers, about 5 of them, they told me yesterday that they believe that Nyatwanya is going to win the election. And they were so excited. And they were also telling me that they are already debating who is going to run for senatorial position in the by-election where Prince Johnson will no longer be available, will no longer be senator. Can you imagine? People already decided.
They are projecting 8 years into the future already.
Yeah. So wow. They said they are talking about they discussed that when will the by-election be staged, when will take place. Some are saying it's going to be early next year, 2025. They're assuming that Prince Johnson will be out of the picture by the end of this year or sometime. But again, let me go back to the World Economic Crimes Code that is heavily connected to this election. Prince Johnson is being monitored by the people from the international community. thereby using our own people in Liberia. Every movement of Prince Johnson has been monitored and studied very carefully. It is, again, I'm going to say this again. If you want to be scared, you can be scared. If you want to be, smart and take precautionary measures.
Yeah, that's it. Up to you.
Prince Johnson is not ready to submit to the War and Economic Crimes Court. They are planning something bigger. And Prince Johnson being looked at by the international community, by the United States. And if Boakai sounds the War and Economic Crimes Court document, if Boakai announced the executive order giving light to the establishment of War and Economic Crimes Court, Prince Johnson could potentially be arrested sooner rather than later because of the activities he is a part of. He is leading. If you want to be scared, but we're just being honest with you. Prince Johnson has got a different motive. They are planning something different. They're going to start it as protest in Monrovia. They're going to start it as protest in Monrovia. And the protest could degenerate into something different, something bigger. If the other boy cannot be careful, instead of him arresting Prince Johnson will arrest him.
Wow. I'm breaking news on SKTV, giving us them.
Yeah, something serious.
This is something very serious.
That's top level classified information already.
If Joseph Boakai does not be careful and sound this resolution quickly, and also give green light to people that could, neutralize whatever plan that is going on. If Joseph Boakai don't be careful, you tell you're arresting Prince Johnson will arrest you. I'm just telling you. If you listen,
a hymn to the wise, it's quite sufficient.
Listen. If you don't listen, you don't listen. Prince Johnson has given you all the sound. He told you very well that they were planning, that they have more than 500 people in Nimba. He told you in other countries, in other cities, including Monrovia, he told you they got a lot of former combatants.
Yeah, he said
and
it.
On the standby.
Yeah.
You know very well, we have a lot of EPS people that we working in the executive mansion for more than 10 years.
Yeah.
That resigned. You know a lot of people in the military, in the AFL, that are unaccounted for. I didn't want to say this on public radio, but I know there are a lot of people that was in the AFL, after the resignation and dismissal of the chief of staff, Prince Johnson, who is also from Nimba. There are a lot of people missing. There are a lot of soldiers, people that's supposed to be in AFL there. People don't know where they are.
Where they are. Wow.
We told you the last time. These are security information that I don't like to talk about in public, but sometimes it's necessary. You don't want to, you don't want people to be surprised. We told you the last time there was a guy in Togo, Lomé, Togo, that was invited to a meeting. The guy used to be one of the top brows, international security apparatus. There was a meeting, and they're having conversation. They're having conversation. Whatever we are hearing, we hope it's not true. But if you sit by supinely and do nothing, Instead of you arresting Prince Johnson will arrest you one day. And that will be the end of your rescue mission. Hopefully, that will not be the case.
Matter of fact, Prince Johnson on the rescue train too, so I don't think it will be any. Yeah, I mean they brought
Yeah,
it.
but the rescue will take a different time. Maybe the nomenclature will change.
Yeah. Because what Prince Johnson take
maybe Prince Johnson would want to rescue Liberia, rescue all the warlords and ex-combatants.
We know that poor joke aside, one of the things that puzzled me about the whole Prince Johnson scenario, Prince Johnson like to make this the ethical and moral case for war crimes, that he was there to defend his people. And even Betty Vinsach, she said there are more evidences when it comes to the economic aspect of the war crimes code as compared to the human rights side. And the thing about the war crimes code, there are certain crimes that you will commit that will amount to those charges. So just because you fought a war in Liberia, don't mean that you are facing war crime. So the thing is, why and Prince Johnson is why he keep confusing me all the time. Why would he want to make this thing? I have to say, this thing is squarely resting on his shoulder when there are other people that committed the worst atrocity, even more than Prince Johnson. Because if you want to make the case, looking at the history coming from the Samuel Doe and how he had to fight for him, Nimba, and that children were being executed, why would you want to take this thing to the extreme? Then it means you already present yourself as being guilty before even the war crimes can count. Then it means you are contradicting your own argument, your own narrative. Because from what you explain and looking at the history of the war, there are higher chances that your behavior might not amount to war crime. But then why would you want to be going to extra length and threatening people and telling people that I got generals on the team? But then it means that you already undermining yourself when it comes to making the case that you want to exonerate yourself. I don't get it. And this is why we cannot put Prince Johnson's safety at the expense of the country.
Monk, not to cut you off.
Yes.
The result of this election will even turn, a different page. Because if Prince Johnson found out that he's losing control of some people in that county,
Nima County.
If Prince Johnson found out that, well, everything I've done my whole life, everything I've depended on, he has been depending on the narrative that he saved the Nimba people. He's a savior. He is the godfather. He is the protector and savior of Nimba people. If Prince Johnson found out that Nimba people are now about to isolate him, whatever he planned to do, they will speed it up. In military or in security, there's something called preemptive strike. When it comes to rule of engagement.
Yeah. I hate you before you hate me. That's Sun Tzu, the art of war, preemptive. Second, you security man for me, not security. I just read it in books, so you know the practical aspect. I'm just saying that Sun Tzu, the art of war.
Yeah. So there's something called preemptive strike, and also it also considered as a counterintelligence strike. It means that you are planning. I already know your plan. I understand your plan. And I know the ramification of your action if you got me. Then instead of me waiting for you to attack me or hit me first,
by surprise,
I will use what they call the element of surprise. So, like Mo would say, for me, I like to speak in home security term. I don't like to say everything.
You never say everything, security man. I understand.
Like I would love to say, but I can tell you, it's very, very important that the people pay attention to detail. And this information we provide, we are not doing it to scare anybody. We are doing it for the sake of our country, for the love of our country. That government should be government. But when you have found out that Joseph Boakai government is one of the most careless government in the history of our country when it comes to security. When it says soft target, when it says soft target, Joseph Boakai government is exposed to the extent that people don't even worry about them. Anybody can walk on down anytime, and you will have no problem. Do you know how many EPS people resign? Do you know why they resign? Do you know how many AFL people are missing? Do you know how many EPS people left with their arms and ammunition? A lot of people don't even know where they are. When Prince Johnson tells you we are having meeting, that we'll be having consultative meeting with men and women who fought war. We will not sit back for somebody to kind of arrest us. Do you know who were the people that he's meeting with? Do you care to know who Prince Johnson is meeting with? Who are those people? Who are those generals he was referring to? Do you know? But just about that government is so careless. Joseph Boakai want to satisfy political actors about this whole war economic crime school, but Joseph Boakai is not genuinely ready for the war economic crime school. But all I can say, they need to be careful. They need to be attentive. They need to be cautious. And they need to be preemptive in their action. That's all I can say.
So, Mr. Kane, can we open the phone line to hear the people from Granger County?
Now, man, anytime you open that line,
I'm receiving a text. So let me open the phone line. We hear the people from Granger County concerning the War and Economic Crime Code. So, 143-504, 081-143-504, 077-6 105-105, 077-6-105-105. What do you think about the War and Economic Crime Code? So you can call and give your point. We are awaiting call. I'll read out the number again: 080-143-504, 081-143-504, 077-6-105-105 are the number to call and make a point pertaining to the War and Economic Crime Code. So let's go ahead, Mr. Kane.
Yeah, so like we said, we have about maybe 10 minutes to go, or 15 minutes to go. So anytime, any point in time when you have a call, just cut us off and we will give the person the chance to speak. So Mung, why are they so careless?
For me, the scenario you just play out, I'm seeing it from a whole different perspective. Because Prince Johnson wills influencing Nima County from a political standpoint, whether it's historical, military. Nima County, in terms of size and strength, is a very big county. So if we are making a case of from the theory you just gave that it seems like he's losing control, then I don't know why he would want to be sinister in his attack against Joseph Nima Boakai. Because if I'm counting on my county to be the political godfather, and then they just ended election, let's assume that Nyan took the day, then it means he doesn't have the full support of his own county. Then the question you ask yourself, why would he want to list with other people that are antithetical to the Boakai-led administration, which means they were mostly loyal to the previous regime. And Prince Johnson never supported the previous regime. This time around, he picked Joseph Boakai. That's one aspect. That's how I'm looking at it. The second thing here is there are a lot of security lapses, like you said, with the whole EPS thing. I think Front Page Africa, we'll touch on that tomorrow. They laid a particular expose on the whole issue. And the guys are saying that we met all the training, all the security requirement. This thing is a witch hunt. So you ask yourself, at this early stage in the Bwaga-led government, why would you want to create a rift in the security that's will be protecting you? So the thing, I'm trying to put the pieces together here as to looking at what will happen next. Looking at this rift between the Prince Johnson and the Joseph Boakai and the election. But like I said, you got more security experience than me. For me, I just love to ask this question and just to put the pieces together to see where this thing is actually leading to. And don't forget, you sent me a letter from the chairman of CDC concerning the whole payroll thing about the Civil 7. I keep telling you all the things they are that you can connect. And you're seeing this rift that even though you have a new administration, but you got remnant from the previous administration that is also there that feel disenchanted. It came to the Civil 7, the Civil 7 administration payroll issue. Now you got the EPS issue. Now you got the Prince Johnson factor with the whole issue of workers. So it's just like too many stuff on the Bwaga plate that he had to navigate very, very carefully. And you said it right, that they're being exposed from a security standpoint. They look more like a soft target. That's why you have a guy like Prince Johnson speaking kind of a bullish way and threatening. And he can make this threat on national radio. He said it. Even the last recording. I don't know if you say
interview. It was an interview with Truth
yes,
FM.
He said it. So it's not like SKTV is making up story or you come with some outlandish theory. It's just the reality. The question is the Bwaga regime actually paying attention? You know the guys they call CYA? Are they really covering their behind? Because like there are so many vulnerability, and I don't think it look good for them. They got to arrest the situation. Whether it's the Civil 7 payroll issue where sedition fee that they have been marginalized, that you want to kick 40,000 people off the payroll in the name of regularizing their employment status. Now you got a thing with the EPS officer. It's just all over the place. Whether it's asset recovery, the question is there are just so many aspects that could tip anything into the wrong direction. And I want to tell the Bwaga people, they need to be on top of the game from a security standpoint, because I don't think our Liberian people want to go through anything sinister when it comes to political uprising or some internal conflict. I don't think that's what the people sign up for after 6 years. So they need to watch themselves and make the necessary move to keep the thing calm. Because my question is, if Prince Johnson is losing leverage or control over Nima County, then why would you want to pick a fight with Joseph Boakai? I mean, come on, it's a very tough thing to understand, but I'm not a security guy, so I'll be listening. I gotta be putting the pizza together when I hear you talking to somebody.
So, Mong, you know, the support for county, support from civilians is different from support from people who fought war. You know, civilians, majority of them, they were the victim. Those who fought war, majority of them are perpetrators. And if you tell them that the people are coming for you, you're telling them to come to join you to defend themselves. Also, nowadays, I don't think anybody can wage a full-scale war on Liberia from within. No, but I don't think anybody can stage a rebel group or insurgency in Liberia at this point. But anybody can do anything. They can create a problem in the country. That's so far I would say. I can't say more than that.
And the fact that the country is politically divided almost evenly, assuming the last election result, you don't want to alienate any side. That's the scary part. Take Prince Johnson out of the picture. You see, Sekou, that's why we keep talking about following the procedure and following the law and trying to put the whole thing about politics aside. Look, you can be a candidate, you can be a political leader. At the end of the day, the moment you become commander-in-chief, you are president for every single one in that country. So everything cannot be about politics. We talk about this thing about the whole asset recovery. We said, no, sir, this thing look like a witch hunt. The whole thing about payroll, regularizing your status, even though the intention might look good, but looking at it from a political standpoint, it still look like a witch hunt. The thing you position is the same old thing. So my thing here is, why would you want to be alienating people when the election result told you that the country is evenly divided? I mean, you should be bringing people together rather than creating a rift. I'm not talking for the Prince Johnson because I'm not a fan of Prince Johnson and will never be a fan of Prince Johnson. Matter of fact, the elections are over. But the thing here is, the Bouaka administration, they are the one in control when it comes to the security issue and the safety of the country, because that's government first and foremost responsibility.
So among those people who are actually confusing themselves, and nobody ever mentioned somebody bringing war in the country. So they are making their own statement and attaching that to people. We never mentioned that. We never said somebody bringing war in the country. But if you doubt the possibility of anything in that country, tell me where there was a war in Guinea, when Guinea president was
removed from power.
Tell me if there was a war in Niger, when Niger government was removed.
Burkina Faso.
In Chad, in Burkina Faso, and in other part of the world. For some of these people, their level of thinking, level of understanding is very myopic. And you cannot really blame them for who they are and for what they think, for how they think. And you cannot also imagine their scope of understanding when it comes to security matter.
Yeah.
So some of them think everything is just Facebook stuff.
Yeah,
Because you know how to put one or two words together that you can just say anything you want to say.
Yeah, comment.
Because you got a phone. Because you got a cell phone and you know how to read and write. So that way you can say anything you want to say. And some of them also think these things are, about party, about Unity Party, ANC, and CDC or CPP, whatever. They think these things are partisan things. Security people, they don't go by that. And the security of a country is beyond any one political party. Nobody wants to see anything bad going on in our country.
But case in point, April 6th, Roosevelt Johnson, the arrest of a single man turned the whole country into a downward spiral. One man arrest. We saw what happened in Liberia.
And beyond that, September 18, when Charles Taylor attempted to arrest Roosevelt Johnson as well, September 18, I was there. I was in Monrovia. In fact, the day I arrived in Monrovia was 2 days later that thing happened. And I had a lot of friends in the SSS, and I know what happened. And I know what happened to one tribe. I know a lot of people died. 2 days later, when I went to find my brothers on Camp Johnson Road, there's a building right at the intersection of McDonough Street and Camp Johnson Road, where Roosevelt Johnson used to reside. I know what I saw. People who are talking, they don't even know. They don't know anything about that country. They just think everything is about Unity Party and CDC, and CPP, and ANC and Liberty Party. You never seen trouble. You never experienced trouble. So we don't want to see it. Say that, let it come. We're here for them. We're waiting for them. You sitting down behind your computer in your group home, or somewhere in Walmart, somewhere in a factory, or somewhere in your national home. Let it come. We're waiting for them, as if you will do anything. You have no capacity. You have no information. You got nothing. You do nothing. You will do nothing. you're just an instigator. They'll just run your mouth on the internet. But you know nothing about what's going on in the country. When people are talking security matter, all you do is you listen. You keep quiet and listen. When you come to your yaba yaba nyama nyama thing, you can run your mouth in our mouth. Security stuff. You should be very careful. Don't run your mouth into everything. And not everything you can run your mouth about. So Eric, we're about to leave.
Yeah.
Anything last you want to say before we go to our people, or the people of Nigeria and as well?
Come again, Mr. Kane. Come again.
I said we're about to leave now. So do you have anything to add before we go? I want to say thank you to you guys and the entire management of our FM for keeping us on the up to this time. We really appreciate it. So anything you want to say before we go?
Actually, I don't have much to say, but first of all, I would thank the people of Granjide County. They already spoke. They already decided who they want as their leader. Especially the people besides people of Chain District number 1. So it's clear that the people of District number 1 want on Jeremiah Sokan to serve as the next lawmaker of Chain District. And I will also say I'll give a hand applaud to the Liberia National Police that put in order. We were actually peaceful in Granjide because people from the other side they already had that saying that Granjideans are violence, but we make them shame. We went peacefully and cast our vote. That's all I have to say. Once again, I would say thank you for those who voted without violence. That's it, Mr. Kane.
Thank you so much. Thank you so very much.
That's it. That's a nice.
Mom, anything you want to say before we go?
Well, nothing much. Exactly what he just said. We should extend appreciation to our people for exercising their constitutional democratic right without any chaos. It seems like our democracy keep going from strength to strength. It's been, I think, 4 different election cycles. No chaos. I mean, we were able to elect. Sometimes we don't agree on the result, but the fact that the process is always peaceful, and that's a positive thing, We are yet to make a formal projection, but it seems like the Sokan guys won in the league in Granjide, so we'll be the last to make any projection.
And hopefully it will get any more information. But tonight we probably will come on.
Yeah, come on and see the deal. But once again, we do it another day. And thanks for being SKTV to our followers and listeners, especially the people in Liberia all around the country. I mean, for some reason, man, we all over the country and people are getting engaged. The radio carries more power than the internet because not too many people can afford the data. But for the radio, it's one of the oldest medium for communicating information and getting the people informed. So once again, we say thank to the SKTV family and to the entire crew. Calling it a day.
All right, folks. Thank you so much. We love you, and we'll see you tomorrow or later on today.
Yep.
Thank you so much, everybody.